Hi, this is Zap, and welcome to the Reset and Zap podcast. Welcome to the Quick Reset with Zap. It's your girl here with another segment, and as you all know, this is a mini series where I talk about everything that's on my mind. The good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between, okay? Because sometimes it's hard to make a video out of it. So you know what? We got to have a talk. We got to have the talk. But I'm not alone, because I've been supporting my girls, and boy, am I excited. I've been waiting for this one. I've been waiting to spill some tea with this girl. We got, nonetheless, Goddess with a pen, okay? Not with a pencil, a pen. Get it right. How you doing? What I've been meaning to ask you, this might sound like the stupidest question, is the ink blue or black or red? What are we talking about?
Black. It's still black.
Black on black. All right, it has been confirmed, ladies and gents. She uses a pen with a black ink. Yeah, touche. But if you're wondering, this is how my introductions get weirder and weirder, y'all. But anyhow,
I love it.
If you want to know more about Goddess with a Pen, I guess she can call herself in a way a person who is a poet, right? She's a self publishing author. Is that the correct term? See, that's not my
independent.
Field. Independent, yeah. Writer, independent author.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has her own website. It's called thebubblecreative.com, where you can pop some of those bubbles, because she got some books, some gems over there that you can check it out. Some cool spoken words, such as love or something like that. She got soft and wet dreams, and if that's what you think it is, guess what it is? It is, ladies and gentlemen. Volume 1 and Volume 2. Okay, it's about to get a little steamy. You should have picked up those books on V-Day, but if you're late, you still got a chance to pick it up. Anything else I'm missing out? What else do we got going on in your world?
There's another book coming out soon. Take my hand. Hopefully by next weekend. Hopefully. And I'm very excited about the store I'm going to open on my website. It's not there yet, so don't go looking for it. Look around, but it's coming, you know. I'm very excited about that. So,
and you've been at several events. You've been traveling the world lately.
Oh, yeah. That was so fun.
Because we go together. One isn't higher than the other. No one is more important than another.
Because I had, last year, December was my first time going to the West Coast. Then I went again last month. Then I did a road trip from the West Coast back to the East Coast. It was so fun. I was like, I had never been to Cali. I'm gonna go to Cali, you know. My man is from Cali.
Yeah, I have yet to go to Cali, actually, because AKA Little Bro Katetsu from MSM Group lives over there. And
he lives there?
Yeah, he's a Cali boy. Anyways. I have yet to go see him, because he actually came to Texas to surprise me. But I told him we need to go make a trip over there. Mainly because I have to go to the Nintendo theme park. You know, it's not even for Katetsu, you know. It's not even for you, bro. But
that is there. Together. You know what? I didn't do enough research before I went. Wait a minute.
Yeah, because I think there's two parks. There's one in Florida, but then apparently there's one in Cali. And I personally would prefer going to the one in Cali, because it probably isn't as, well, I might be wrong, but it probably isn't as jam-packed as the one in Florida. So
maybe not.
I'm thinking that's
I didn't even know it was there. I would have gone on my birthday.
Girl, I'm gonna get me an Airbnb, and that's gonna be like my family trip. We're gonna dress up little Leon as Yoshi and take him with us.
That'd be so cute.
He's gonna be so adorable. Oh my god. Anyhow, I'm getting distracted. That's a topic for
That's
another day,
easy because
guys.
I'm random.
How did we
That's
end up talking
easy.
about Nintendo? But anyhow, guys, are you all ready to spill some tea? Because it's about to get a little steamy in here, okay? But we're gonna be nice. We're gonna be nice. It's nice and chill because today we're gonna be talking about everything you need to know about expression, as of how to convey your feelings onto others, and the best way to share your own thoughts. And I was like, what better discussion to have than with Goddess with a pen? Because I mean, she writes all the time. So
Yeah.
how do you do it?
So, as far as poetry is concerned, I just put myself into it. Like it can be about whatever someone else is feeling or what I experienced secondhand, but I'll put myself into it and try to feel how they feel. You know, when it's just talking to people, it's kind of the same thing. Like, I wouldn't say try to feel all their feelings because that could lead to overload, but just understand. Approach it with an understanding. Like, for example, some people that I talk to on my show, Crystals and Whispers, like when I was first putting it out, it was heavy on the spice. One guy would call it saying he couldn't find anybody because he loves feet, and some people would be like, ew, feet and this and that, but you got to put yourself kind of in his shoes. Like, that's just what he likes. Just like some people like light skin, dark skin, short, tall, he likes pretty feet. And that's a huge requirement when he's dated someone. So it's just like, he was getting pretty discouraged. And I said pretty much that there's someone for everyone, You might start liking someone and fall in love with them, and you hadn't even seen their feet yet, and they ended up having pretty feet. You never know, like the way the universe works.
Oh,
but
God.
like, I just kind of told him not to focus so much on the feet, and focus more on the person. But he likes what he likes.
Yeah,
and that's. You have to understand that when you're communicating with people, you can't change their minds about things. You have to get them to see your side of it, kind of look at it the way you see it, so they could take something from it, but you can't really change their mind.
Yeah.
And if that made any sense at all.
No, that makes perfect sense because back in my day, I've seen it all.
Yeah. That's a hard one,
Yeah. And it's not a conversation that a lot of people will have, but like you said, it's necessary because, like, at the end of the day, that is that person's preference. And I mean, to each their own. Everybody has the right to choose what they want, or what they're looking for in a relationship. So it is what it is, but good luck, because
I know, because people are automatically creeped out. You like feet, what? But a lot of people like butts, boobs, and look how perverted they are about it. But you automatically creeped out because he likes feet? Come on.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's like learning how to normalize certain topics. I think that's a good point, that what can be normalized and what is like something that cannot be normalized. It just depends, like, the individual.
Because if we just operate under the conception that nothing is normal, then that changes what you could talk about comfortably. Because for me, I don't shame anybody. I don't kink shame. I don't shame, period. Even if somebody's doing something really bad, it's just like, you gotta love yourself. That's what I'm gonna say. You gotta love yourself more. For
me,
nothing is normal to me.
Well, I'm not normal, so there we go. That's number one. But anyhow, that's a whole different story. So I think that's pretty easy for me. But I think for me, one thing that has helped me along the way is understanding how everyone is, and then like using what I like to call their love language to communicate better with them. So,
Right.
because it also kind of like shifts the way I will communicate with the person. Like, for example, I used to be back in the day in a relationship where verbally it wasn't healthy. So the only way I was able to like convey my feelings and make that person understand what I was feeling and going through was actually writing. So I would write letters to this person, and let's make it clear, like I lived under the same roof with this person,
Oh,
like why would
yeah.
I do it? But it was the only way I was able to pour my heart and express everything the way I wanted it to be, and have that person go through the trouble and make the effort that if they wanted to understand me, they had to read this letter.
Mhm.
And once they read it, then I would go up to that person and be like, did you read my letter? And like, can we talk about it? Are you ready to have this talk, or are you not? But like as time goes by, I'm like, I kind of got tired of that. So now, like, as I moved on, like my communication skills have changed as well. So like now I'm able to just speak and say whatever's on my mind.
And that's how it's supposed to be. I was gonna say that doesn't sound like a safe space
Yeah, which is like,
because you
oh,
shouldn't
yeah.
have to feel like you have to write it. You should be able to just say it.
Yes.
You
It
know?
is such a huge difference when you're able to like go to that person and just be like, I don't like this, or
Yeah.
you made me feel some kind of way,
This
and
made
just
me
have,
sad.
yeah, or let's fight it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rile you up, but it's like it's
Hmm.
necessary because like I care about you so much that I want to make this work,
Yeah.
So I've definitely gone through like different stages in my life when it comes to learning how to communicate, but also learning to understand myself. And some people may say that journaling works for them. For me, it kind of depends like in what season I'm in. Like sometimes journaling
Hmm.
will work for me. Sometimes, praying will work. Sometimes just writing a song will work. Like it just kind of depends.
Music.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Music.
Music does help.
Music, girl. Oh, music is just a universal language for real.
Hmm.
That's
Do you
that's
know some
been
people
my
don't listen to music
I can't believe it.
at all, ever? I was like, what? Are they okay?
I'm like, girl, what do you do if you don't listen to music? Like, you got to be doing
I don't
something.
know.
But I feel
It's
like now in the
medicinal.
season I'm in, like, music has really played a major role in my life because, like I told you earlier, like, there's things that are just hard to express, and I feel
Hmm.
like when I turn it into a song, I feel like people can understand what I'm trying to say or what I'm going through or what
They
moment
can
I'm living.
feel it even.
Yeah.
Like they
And
not only understand, they could feel it.
it's crazy because one of the songs that made an impact to someone a long time ago for my album Our Love Journey, there's this track that was really hard to record, by the way, but it was called Running Away. And I just wrote about something that I was going through at that moment in my life, and I needed to heal, and I was hurting because it was a hard song to write and record. And it's crazy how people can pick up on it, because I had somebody later on who listened to the track and they were like, it's like, bro, I can hear the pain in your voice. Like I can feel it. But it's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song at the same time, because then you listen to it and I'm like, wow, I was capable of writing all that and then putting it out there and like putting myself in a vulnerable place for people to see it. And that's like truly, for me, it's like true healing. So I don't know if you do the same way, like through your poetry. Like, have you ever put yourself out there?
I put myself out there a lot. But like, especially with my son passing, like that was hard. And it's even harder still to read it even to this day. But it's something a lot of women go through. I get a lot of messages about that. But I'm like, when I write, I don't sit down and think about what I'm gonna write unless I'm writing a song. But like when it's poetry, I can smell something, like go outside and smell the fresh air, and there's like a hint of something else, and words will start coming in my head. Sometimes I'm asleep and I wake up with words twirling. I call it words twirling. Like that's how it happens. It's so strange.
It sounds
but
like
if I do think about it, it's like it comes fast. For the songs, it comes fast.
That's the same way for me lately with music, because people will think like, typically people will like write first and then they'll make the music. But for me, it's like the opposite. I have to hear the music, and then it's like, in a weird way, I feel like music like talks to me and tells me like what it wants to be. And then I just sit down and start writing from there. And it's so crazy because like I can like feel it.
Similar magic. Yeah, it's a similar magic.
Yeah. And then like once you know it, it's like I end up creating this thing. And it's the same thing like with my videos or like with any idea. Because with the podcast, it came the same way. It came to be the same way. And I've shared that story so many times. But it like I wasn't like purposely sitting down and like, I'm gonna make a podcast and I'm gonna think real hard and like make this come true. Like, no, I was like, I was playing Animal Crossing, y'all. Okay.
That's fun though.
I was playing Animal Crossing, making a cafe, and I needed to name the cafe. And all of a sudden I called it Reset, and boom, a light bulb moment. I was like, oh, I should call it the Reset.
That's so funny. It's a similar magic. That's cool.
That's literally how
That's
it happens.
How it works. Yeah.
And then lately, it's funny because I've been hooked playing Sims 4. Because once upon a time,
that's my game. Me and my niece.
Girl, I'm hooked. I am hooked. I love Sims 4.
Me and my niece.
It's funny because I created myself and TJ in the world, and instead of like controlling them, I'm letting them just play it out. And it's so interesting, everything that has been going on. Luckily, it hasn't been that bad. They're actually engaged. They're getting ready to be, to marry. But
that's
girl,
cool.
Some crazy things. Because it is crazy.
What did he say?
I'm sure a little bit, because I feel like it's so important for the discussion we're having, right? So I'm like letting Zap be Zap, right? And TJ be TJ. And I'm engaged. We're planning the wedding, and I'm super excited. I'm like, all right, we're getting ready. We're going to do all these wedding activities. And my Zap leaves, because she's an actress, so she has an acting career, right? And then TJ stays at home, and he's taking care of the house, right? He's in the laundry room, y'all, okay? He's doing laundry. And I'm like, he's fine. He's fine. What can happen in the laundry room? Well, the dryer catches on fire. And I'm not at home, okay? Let me just remind you, Zap is not at home.
Yeah.
So TJ freaks out. He can't extinguish the fire. He's taking a long time to call the fire department. He basically dies in the laundry room.
Oh my God.
So by the time I get there, it's too late. The Reaper took his soul. He's gone. So I'm like, okay. So I asked TJ in real life. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Because this is your character. He's like, let me, just reincarnate me. Bring me back. Let's try this again, right? So I reincarnate him, and I'm trying to remind myself to not manipulate anything. Like let them act it out, right? So we got TJ the ghost who passed out, and we got the other TJ that reincarnated, right? And I'm like, I'm starting all over again, building my relationship with Zap because they don't know each other. So I'm having to add an extra bed in the house, because they don't want to sleep together. They don't know each other, right? And TJ comes and tries to put down the bed because it's one of those beds that you have to like pull it down, and the bed crushes him, so he dies again. I can't even make this up.
What?
I cannot even make this up. So it's like as soon as you know it, 1 minute later, the Reaper comes in, and I'm pleading for his life because I'm like, I cannot lose a second TJ. Okay, this is gonna be crazy. Luckily, the Reaper, spared his life, brought him back, and I was like, baby boy, we need to get married. Like, we need to elope, or we need to do something because I cannot take this anymore.
Because he's Kenny in there. Like.
And what's funny is that the first time when he died, you know how they put an urn and you have to like name the urn? Guess what Zap writes? I told you it wouldn't work.
What?
Literally, that's what
my God.
So in other words, where I'm trying to go with this is, sometimes you can't control things. You gotta let it play out. What's meant for you is for you. You just gotta let it play out.
And stop watching everyone else what they're doing, because a lot of people's stuff look real shiny, and then they go home and they don't wash for several days, and they're just under the comforter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it look real shiny and glossy, but it's really not. You just have to worry about what you're doing.
Yeah. No, facts. And I think that that's been cool too, because I feel like with every hobby I've done, I've been able to like connect with people, and then we have something to talk about, and then once you know it, it blossoms into like a beautiful friendship, and later on you guys can talk about things that are not just like on the mirror surface, like the games you guys enjoy. You get to talk about real life. You get to actually bond and connect with that person. And I feel like it's so important nowadays, because with social media, we kind of forget from time to time that the person who we're texting or chatting with on the other side is a human being at the end of the day. It's not a fake AI, or a bot. And just learning to communicate with that person so you can start something from there. And it's crazy. It's crazy for me because that's how my marriage came to be with TJ. Because like we were just friends, and he looked up to me, and I had no feelings whatsoever. Let me make that very clear. Like, it did not start like, hey boy, I find you hot. Yeah, boo, I like you too. Let's, you know what I mean? Let's mingle. No, it didn't start that way. We were just friends. But it's like, it's crazy because like you said, we can pick up on like different vibrations and how that person feels, because when TJ was ready to quit music and ready to end everything, and when I say end everything, I mean literally everything, like everybody was like just giving him the the generic answers, like generic affirmations, like, oh, don't quit, just keep going, I like your music. But I was like, oh my God, he's serious. He's gonna do something. I need to intervene. And I remember that day just like texting him. I was like, yo, I'm out of town. Because it was true. I was at a convention. I'm like, I'm out of town, but I promise you when I come back home, I'm going to hit you up and we're going to get together. I'm going to help you, get audit your channel, give you some tips. We're going to start building from the ground up. And I want to see you succeed. I was like, I respect you, and I know you got more. And it's crazy that from doing that to see what came from that place, because then slowly but surely, years later, here we are married with a baby and being able to create together. Like it's really cool to be able to have a partner that I can be myself and, and create with him. So it's cool. You never know what's going to happen.
And I had a similar, like, with my boyfriend now. He liked me. I didn't even know he liked me. We used to be having all kinds of conversations. I didn't even have any idea. And he finally got the courage to say something. I was like, why didn't you say nothing sooner? And now,
This is long
like,
enough.
now we're making those moves, you know.
Yeah, it's
Not getting married yet, but we've had the talk. So
you're in the engagement phase or almost engaged.
Oh, the almost engaged phase.
I'm almost off the market.
Oh, definitely off the market. Happily. Bye.
Like very clear, put a ring on my finger,
The dating pool is trash.
Oh God.
Yeah.
We having too much fun, y'all. But yeah, like if anything I would add to this is, I guess on my end, if I were to share something that I've learned, is to like not hold back and learn to communicate, learn to, be on the same page with that person, regardless of their reaction, because I've learned that I can never control the other person's emotions or their actions or how they're going to feel towards whatever I'm going to share with them. But I can control my own emotions, so being the bigger person in the room, it definitely does help when you know how to control yourself. And that's been hard. I'm not going to say I've nailed it, I've mastered it, but coming from toxic relationships and just abusive environments and learning how to heal and understand, like, hey, that doesn't define me. I'm able to like rebuild myself and just share from a more like safe place, if that makes sense. So that's kind of something I would share.
Sense.
Yeah.
And definitely pay attention if you ever feel like you can't say anything. If you can't speak on your feelings with somebody that's supposed to be your partner, that you're supposed to be in love with, but you find yourself holding back things, that's a sign too.
I learned that the hard way. Yep.
We all do.
Girl,
don't know why.
If we were to have this conversation, we would need to move it to the Reset podcast and then have like an hour long. But who knows? Maybe we might. Who knows? You never know.
Let me know.
Girl,
stories for days.
Girl, I enjoyed so much having this talk with you. It was so much fun. But for those that are listening and watching, of course, it's now your time. So say it out loud, share it in the comments. Like, what is one thing that you would do to make it easier to convey your feelings, to express your thoughts, to put yourself out there? Like, what do you do? What helps you? I'm all about the community. I love learning from you guys and, exchanging ideas, exchanging different points of views, because we all got something to share and everybody got something we can learn, So thank you so much for watching. As always, I want to remind you to do a quick reset. You know the drill. And reset for the week. And then come back Sunday for the real show. Okay? Thank you, Goddess, so much. I had so much fun.
You.
Hopefully we can do more of these, because I feel like we needed more time.
Yes. So
all
much
right,
to talk about.
Peace. I'll catch y'all on the other side. Bye.